After our wonderful trip to Albania in January 2006, Gospel Trickshot Ministries Incorporated had no idea of what God was about to do over the next year. That January 2006 trip had a GTS team of 5 missionaries working with the Fellowship of Christian Farmers International Sowers team in Muslim villages. Additionally, Steve Lillis taught in the Albanian Billiard Federation Academy and did a show that was aired on Albania's #1 TV sports station called Telesports. During that broadcast, the gospel was presented and the show yielded 40 hours of airtime during the week, which was viewed all over the country of Albania.
To die for the sins of the world. And when we break the candy cane and share it with others, we share the love of Jesus.
Upon returning to the USA, plans to return to Albania in June 2006 took shape immediately as Campus Crusade for Christ viewed the January 2006 TV broadcast in Albania and asked Steve and the GTS team to return and work with Patrit and Meredith Leshy of Athletes in Action, which is a ministry of Campus Crusade for Christ. Generous donations from GTS supporters came in for the June 2006 trip, and the GTS Board of Directors decided to raise up an Albanian GTS team to do ministry all year round in the capital city of Tirana and various Muslim villages in the surrounding area. Short-term missionary Scott Pruxma of the Hawthorne Gospel Church and Steve left on June 16, 2006 for a 2-week Albanian mission trip to secure a GTS team of 3 Albanians and do various GTS shows and outreach. The June 2006 trip included worship at the Protestant Internationally Assembly Church, Bible studies at the church, Albanian Christian wedding at the Campus Crusade for Christ headquarters in downtown Tirana, a Christian drama skit at Crusade headquarters. Steve and Scott worked with Athletes in Action at the Campus Crusade office building as a Christian soccer team from the Cincinnati, Ohio area came in to challenge Albanian youth soccer teams and share the gospel. There was also another TV interview for Telesports with the director of AIA, Patrit Leshy, soccer coaches from the USA, a professional U.S. nutritionist, and Steve Lillis representing professional billiards. Scott and Steve also spent some time trying to teach Albanians America's favorite pastime, baseball. And then, of course, there were many gospel trickshot shows. There was one at the University of Tirana. Other GTS shows were held in the Muslim villages of Rogajin, working with the international ministry called the Pioneers, who specialize in working with Muslims. Durrës, also with the Pioneers. Shokrates, with our dear friends and ministry partners, the Christian Farmers. And then a very special GTS show in Karpin, which is located south of Durrës on the Adriatic Sea, where it is said that the Apostle Paul landed and preached some 1950 years ago. What a privilege to walk in his footsteps and share Christ. An ESL class taught by Mark Stevens of the Pioneers had 35 Muslim students who came to hear the gospel. Before leaving Albania, it became apparent that a GTS training DVD needed to be done for the newly formed Albania GTS team. Steve and team leader Gusi Doci, with Scott Pruxma handling the video, did the training DVD at the University of Tirana billiard room. There was a final meeting held at the Campus Crusade headquarters with the new gospel trickshot team of Gusi, Fation, and Edmond. Upon returning to the USA from Albania, Steve immediately entered into a Muslim training program for the month of July 2006 with Christar called STOP, Summer Training Outreach Program. The program consisted of 50 hours of classroom instruction and 70 hours of outreach into Muslim neighborhoods in the North Jersey area. It was at this training program that Steve met Pastor Mike Durante and the Albanian youth pastor Gensi Gega of the Albanian Evangelical Church of Garfield, New Jersey. Their friendship and partnership continued to grow as Steve did some GTS shows for the church and at an Albanian cafe in Garfield. In early October 2006, Steve attended the church's retreat in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania. They had a wonderful time of fellowship and refreshment. Then on October 21st, 2006, Steve had the privilege of doing a special gospel trick shot presentation as part of the Hawthorne Gospel Church Fall Missions Program as over 400 people packed the new gym. About 25 Albanians came over from their church to attend the GTS show and sang praise and worship songs in Albanian at the end of the show. Hawthorne Gospel Church was very moved by the heartfelt story of these persecuted Albanians. They converted to Christianity from Islam after suffering 50 years under a ruthless communist dictatorship. Many Hawthorne Gospel Church members began to make their way over to the Albanian church in Garfield to fellowship and inquire how they might help and pray. Plans are underway to take a short-term mission team to Albania this summer 2008 from the Hawthorne Gospel Church. The team will be working with a summer outreach program in the city of Korça, Albania, with the Evangelical Church of Korça. This summer outreach program has continued every year since the early 1990s when Albania became open to the gospel legally. Team leader Gensi Gega will be getting married this summer as well. The team will be visiting surrounding villages, holding vacation Bible schools, doing street ministry with Christian bands, and working with various sports ministries. There will be many opportunities for short-term mission team members to use their gifts and talents for the Lord. Music, art, sports, drama, administrative, and other skills are needed to be a part of this exciting outreach opportunity to these precious people in the country of Albania. After 50 years of communist oppression from 1945 until 1990, this former predominantly Muslim country is now open to Western ideas and especially the gospel. Albania was once a Christian nation before the Muslim Turks took over in the 16th century. Albanians know their roots and have tremendous love for people after years of suffering. Who will go? Here am I, send me.